hello from my desk. This is more informal, obviously. I am working on some stuff for school, so I thought I'd just bring you along today and probably tomorrow and the next couple days. It is after the 4th of July and my brain just automatically switches into like thinking about everything back to school. If you are new here, my name is Rachel Vincent and I'm a 4th grade teacher in South Carolina. This year will be my 21st year of teaching, which is crazy. Teachers go back August 1st. That is our first contract day. The last we heard is we are hoping that we can go in on the 29th, which would be 3 days before we're officially back. And I typically spend about 3 days out of contract days working in my classroom, as far as actually in the classroom. However, we have heard that it's quite possible that we will not be able to get into the classroom or into the building until actually on the 1st. I could be totally freaking out, but I'm not. So I figured I'm gonna do what I can do to get ready for the school year. I'm also changing classroom themes a little bit. And so I have a whole video about that. I will link it up here in the cards for you guys if you want to go check that out. I have actually changed a little bit of my thoughts on it. I'm going to add a little more, some blues to it. It was very green, but I'm going to add like some blues along with the green because I want it to be more nature, like sky plus plants instead of just plant. A lot of that I'm still working out in my head. What I did do the other day, because my brain was going a mile a minute on everything I needed to do, was I created a list. This actually I created at the end of last year of things I wanted to do to print while I was at school before the end of the year. And then these are things that I had on my list before I left for school, and that's what I added the other day. These are copies. I usually make copies at the end of the year. I decided not to because I just didn't have anywhere to put them and I was gonna have to move them, and I just thought that wasn't a great idea. I also went ahead and created my ginormous to-do list of classroom setup. So typically, let me flip back. Okay, so this was last year. This is typically what I do for setting up. So August 1st is always teacher first day back. This is what I wanted to get done before teachers come back, because this is big stuff. That way when I have meetings that interrupt and distractions and teachers, this is what I wanted to get done. And then I have I need to get this done by meet the teacher, and then this is the stuff I need to get done by the first day of school. So with everything kind of up in the air this year, I'm not even sure I'm gonna get in before August 1st. So I wanted to make a different kind of to-do list. So what I did was I created a priorities. These are the things that have to get done before meet the teacher. Like I have to move furniture around. I have to unpack boxes, because if I don't have the boxes unpacked, then there's nowhere it's just gonna all be in the room. I have to have my technology set up in order to do a slideshow presentation, and then I wanna have the bulletin boards covered, and just, these are like my must-dos. So then I made what I need to have done for meet the teacher. This is all the stuff I have to have out. Well, I don't have to, but I like to have out for meet the teacher night. So that way when I first go in, I know these are my first task, and then hopefully Monday the 5th, this is what I'm working on. Then I went and made my first day, this is what I have to have in order to have the first day, copies made, my plans done, my slides done, the things that my students will be using that day. And then I just made a wall decor. So my thought is, if I just have the bulletin boards covered, we're fine, and nothing else on the wall, that's 100% fine. This is when, if I can get in early, or if I get everything done, this is sort of this can happen after the first day of school, but of course I would like for it to happen before, but this just helps me to prioritize when I get in. So once I had all this down, it really freed my brain up to not stress and think over back to school. But today I've been creating, and I need to get printing and laminating, but I thought I would show you what I do as far as my creation process goes. So a lot of the things that I have to make are just reprints of things, because I'm toning down some of the brightness. So I need to print my multiples posters, I need to print my calendar pieces. Like all those are just reprints. So those are already created. But I sort of got on a kick of what I'm like new things I want to create, because I don't know about you, but if you're scrolling social media or TPT, like you find these ideas, and I'm a big screenshotter. And so then what I do at this time of the year is I go through and look at all my screenshots. I have a folder. Let me show you. So I have a folder called School Ideas, and then this is where I put all my screenshots that I've taken. I mean, I have some from years ago, and then but earlier this summer I made ones of ones that I really wanted to make. A lot of things I feel like I can just make myself, or I have things like I have several ideas that I want to kind of like mush together to make my own version. So let me show you an example. I found both of these posters on the internet. I really liked the wording of this and some of that and some of this, but I also liked the smiley faces instead of just like rainbow color. So I pulled both of those up, and then on this is what I created on Canva. So I have the smiley faces and then the wording that I liked, and it's got color but not a lot of color. I also did things like both of these were posters that were in my classroom this past year, but I wanted to make them, well, I wanted to make this one look a little better and this one to not have those colors. So I recreated that one here and then added this one. So what I'll do is some of these I'll just print and laminate as is, and they will just be small posters that I will have up near like our Promethean board or just in different places around the room. I don't need them like super large. Some of them I will print and take to our poster machine at our school and make them into like anchor charts, like that addition and subtraction one. I'll probably make that into an anchor chart. I realized that I do not have white cardstock. I bought like a blue and a green pack of cardstock off Amazon, and I'm going to use this for like my place value posters, a couple like my voice level, my table, my couch rotation, like those types of things. But there's quite a few things I want to print in white. A lot of this is I want to print on white, and so I'm trying to decide. I have like thicker white paper and I can laminate it and I think it'll be fine. Or should I just go to the store and get some white cardstock? I don't know. But what else I did purchase, which I am interested to see how this goes, is I got some matte laminating sheets, and so I'm gonna do like my multiples posters. My place value chart is going to have this. I do have like, there's a can of matte clear spray paint. Well, it's not paint, but it's like clear coat. I do have that. I was just trying to save a step because it's hot and I don't want to go outside and spray things. And so I wanted to try this out to see how well that held up. I am going to show you some of the stuff that I am making, do a little time lapse, but some of it might be today and some of it might be tomorrow or the next day, because honestly, I'm kind of out of energy right now. And that's kind of what I've been doing this summer, is like work a little bit and then go sit on the couch and read, or, you know how it is. But I'll catch up with you soon. Well, as you can see, totally different day. It's actually like a little over a week since I last recorded. A couple things happened. One, I was just not in the mood to keep filming, if I'm being quite honest. I went and had lunch and then realized that I just wanted to keep creating. So I kept creating. But since then, I've been shopping. If you saw my latest classroom haul video, I got white cardstock, so we are going to do lots of printing today, lots of laminating, then of course cutting, but I don't know if I'll show that because usually I do that in the evenings when I'm sitting on the couch watching TV. I'm hoping to maybe do some Cricut projects today. Let's get started. Let's get this stuff created, and that's one less thing, or one more thing I can check off of my to-do list. Just when I thought I was done laminating, I found another pile of stuff. And this laminator quit working. Thought I had one thing left, and then I found the other pile. But the fan was running, so I couldn't hear like the noise it was making. So it heats up, I can hear the rollers, but it makes a weird noise now, and nothing feeds through it. So is that what this is? So I pulled out this old sucker. I've had that. That one's the oldest one I've had. I've had that for the longest time. This one's probably about 10 years old, so it makes sense that. All right, let me show you what I have done. So we have my new multiples. I decided this year I'm going to be a laminate cut instead of a cut laminate cut. This is with the matte lamination, and you can really, like, you can't see anything. Let's see. This is not, and there's the glare if I put it towards the sun or the window, and then here none. So what I do notice, and you can really tell it with, so this is my multiple or my place value chart, and then this is my voice levels, and this one is matte and this one is not. So you could see that it, like, I mean, I can tell that, like, you can tell it's matte. So if you want something with a really nice color, like our lunch choices or like our supplies, you're gonna want it with regular, but because it just doesn't come through as, you can, like, it's definitely matte. So it's not as bright and vibrant. So like class decor I wouldn't use with the matte or anything, but I want this on my place value chart, on my multiples, on things that students reference regularly. I did do it on my habits for Leader and Me. I don't love the way it looks on black, if I'm being honest. I probably would have done it the other way. I am gonna run things again through this machine to see if it was because what the old one was starting to go, and see if that changes things up. So this is my place value chart. I reprinted my voice levels. It used to be in like a bright blue. We redid my multiples. I had to redo some of these. These I needed to make a little bit smaller so they fit in the pouch that holds all of my supplies. This was also like a bright blue or a bright purple. I just wanted to make that in a calmer color. We lost one of our Team 5 little things for our game board that we do, so the teams move up the game board and get a sticker when they're finished. So the pieces are like a lot smaller than this. I went ahead and just redid everybody, so we'll all be white on the colored game board, and then there was 2 on the same page, so we'll just have backups. But I decided to I'm going to use one of these as sort of like our starting point, because when we all reset, we don't fit. So, and then this was on that paper. I don't know if I'm going to use it, but it's there. I made lunch choices. There's a few of them that I know I don't have all of our lunch choices because our lunch menus aren't out yet, so I have some blank spots. I redid my calendar. I have this whole set. It's in black and white, and then there's color options. I actually don't have this color option, but I'm going to add it to the pack. My previous months were just like in bright ashtray paper, so I redid that. Same thing with the numbers for the calendar. They were also in like the bright ashtray paper, so I'm going to do that all in white. And then I went ahead and printed the year so I'd have the new one, and then I'm going to do this. I added these to the pack as well. I'm actually going to write the student's name and put it in the calendar. I have like the pocket calendar, and put that in there for the month. And then these will just be the dates, but then I have like from somebody else on TPT, like Martin Luther King Day, Valentine's Day, no school, like those are all colorful and fun. So I got this little frame from my mom, I think, for Christmas one year, and I forgot I had a little pack of posters, so I made this to hang in my classroom, probably by my desk. And then these are titles for our board, our whiteboard. So this is for our lanyards. A schedule. I'm hoping this year I can do my must do may do if we have a back whiteboard, a second whiteboard this year. These I already have. I just wanted to make it a neater font. I was gonna do vinyl, but then I decided I'm just not. That way I can change my mind if I want on things. So while we're waiting on this sucker to warm up, I'll show you what else we have. So I showed you guys that, and then I made that in my color. This is the hallway one. I put an extra A there. I showed you guys that, our turn and talk. And then this, I'm hoping to put with our must do, may do. So we do must do, may do instead of center. So I would do this instead of things they have to do. And then their free choice would be, the may do would be from this. I made this all on Canva. And then I made new letters for my name. This was another one of those things where I was like, ooh, I want to make that. And so that's what I did. So these still need to be laminated. This thing takes forever to heat up. I still have more laminating to do. Then I have to actually cut all these things out, but that's gonna be a project for another day. I'm just trying to knock off some things off my to-do list so that when it's time to go in the classroom, this is all done and I'm just like moving furniture, unpacking boxes, putting up bulletin boards, all that stuff. Anything that I've created that's on TPT will be linked down below. Multiples, calendar, a couple of the other resources that I purchased from other people, I'll put those down below too. And then if I made it in Canva, I will try my best to link it. I might not be able to because I took it from somebody else. Can't really share those, but if I just like made it myself, I'll share it with you. So check the links below. If you're curious to see what I purchased for my classroom this year, check out the video that's on your screen now where I share my back to school haul for this year.